What's up guys, Chris Godber from Q37. Today we are going to take the car and get it tuned. If you watched the previous video, just did full catback, custom catback exhaust and Z1 high flow cats. And so now we're going to see what kind of numbers we can put down and what difference that made without a tune, and then what we can tighten up with the tune. So here we go. Alright, we're here at Pure Fabrication, Panama City, Florida. They're going to do the dyno testing and the tuning, going with an up-rev tune because they don't do the ECU tech here. But it's all good. I've seen people get just as good results with that, so we're going to do that. Decided to go this route because it's actually a little bit cheaper than doing an email tune, because I still have to buy the license, but then I have to buy a cable too because I don't have that, and that would end up costing more. And along with an email tune. So anyway, if I was at Z1 Motorsports or Admin Tuning and Houston, I would definitely go that route, but all those are a long ways away from me. So this is more economical, and as you know, if you watch this channel, all about saving money, doing things on a budget, and still getting good results. So that's what we're going to do here today at Pure Fab. He's pulling my car in right now, which is always a bit nerve-wracking when somebody else is driving your car, even if they're professional and they do this all the time. You know, it's just weird being outside of your car, but also cool to see it and hear it. So anyway, we're gonna get that strapped down. All right, so we're just gonna do a baseline run here and see what numbers we put down with the bolt-on parts before we do any tuning. Now, baseline, we were at 279 at the wheel and 249 torque at the wheel before I did anything. That was a long time ago. So we'll see what changes this did just by itself. $289 horsepower, 265.9, 266 foot-pounds of torque. That's a pretty big jump over stock, even without a tune. I knew I felt it, but just really wanted to see what the numbers were. So let's see what we can squeeze out with a few dyno runs. So we actually lost power the first run, but he said that's pretty common once you take away the stock ECU and upload one. It takes a little while to learn it, so then also we have to let the car cool down. In the meantime, while we're doing a few passes, letting the car cool down amply in between takes, there's some other cars in the shop, and we'll go and take a look at those. Alright, so we got a 350Z over here. It's a still-in supercharged 350Z, and it looks pretty nice from a distance, but once you get up close, you can see it hasn't really been taken good care of. Got the Velside body kit, but we got a lizard living in the trunk here. The carbon fiber hood has lost its clear coat. I thought it was a vinyl wrap, but it's actually carbon fiber, but the clear coat is all gone. It needs to be re-cleared. We got oxidation going on the roof of the car. All in all, it just needs a lot of love and TLC, but it does have one thing going for it, and that is a still-in supercharger. So at least it can go fast, I guess. And moving on, we have a G35 that looks like your basic G35, no spoiler, so it's probably an 06 or 07. But once you look a little closer, it's not, even though it's hasn't been taken care of the best either. It has some paint issues, but we've got boost gauges, so that means something, right? We have a twin turbo kit in this. Apparently we have a little intercooler here, so it looks stock, but it's not, so cool for them. Anyway, that's the cool stuff in the shop right now. Now my car's cooled off, so let's see if we can make another run. Alright guys, on the final pass, after some tweaking, we finally got 303 horsepower at the wheels and 277.9 foot-pounds of torque, 278 foot-pounds of torque. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and drive it home. Should have definitely increased throttle response and feel a lot better. At least I know that we've got a little bit more potential out of the engine. Now that I have the license for the UpRev, any future mods or tuning will be a lot less expensive, about $150 to get anything tweaked, unless it's big like a forced induction, which I don't plan on doing. But anyway, the most expensive part of tuning is that license and the cable, but thankfully they already had the cable. It's just a matter of having to pay that license. They like to charge you for that, UpRev and EcuTech or ECU Tech as well. That's about $600 before you even get started on anything else, but once you have that, it's a little bit cheaper in the future. But anyway, just wanted to see what I could get out of these mods, and without going any further, and see how it feels. So let's go for a drive. All right, so back home now. It feels pretty good. Definitely increased throttle response, and that feels really good. That torque curve, as you probably saw in the graph, but feeling it definitely comes in a lot earlier, 3,400 RPM, and kind of hit that peak torque. And so it definitely, all across the band, is very smooth. All across, very linear, but it hits a lot earlier, and you definitely do feel the difference. So, it's not huge, but it is there. About as much as I felt right after I put the parts on before the tune, and then now after the tune I feel that much more. So all in all, about 20 horsepower gain and at the wheels, so that's pretty good. So anyway, I'm pleased with that. Again, it is kind of expensive to tune just for that, but at least I have it now, so if I want to do any other future mods, whether it be a plenum or something like that, I probably won't do headers, but just there's other things that could be done, but all in all, I'm happy with where it's at right now. Again, I'm not racing the car. I just wanted to see what I could get out of it as it is. The next step is to replace the dash and fix that. I'll show you what I'll be doing with that. Hint, it's going to be a permanent fix to get rid of these cracks. The dash mat has done well for covering up the melted dash, but I still have the cracks all across the dash and around the vents. It's really ugly, really annoying. Anytime somebody sits in my car, that's the first thing they see, and I'm over that. So once I fix that, I am glad to just finally drive the car and everything be set up the way I want, from the interior to exterior, and now just enjoy this car. So anyway, that is happening next week, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching the video, liking, subscribing, hitting that bell so you get notified when I do upload the dash and future videos. Thanks again. I'll see you guys next time.